I'm a desert rat. I was born and raised in Albuquerque in 1957 during the height of the Cold War. This is Monzano Base on the eastern edge of Kirtland Air Force Base. This used to be called Site Able. This was the first underground nuclear weapons facility in the United States. There persist rumors even today of other facilities below the mountain, much deeper than the legacy nuclear weapons bunkers, much deeper and much larger and much more mysterious. Kirtland Air Force Base shares a common runway with the civilian Albuquerque International Airport. But what's most interesting to me about Kirtland Air Force Base are these signs along its northeasterly edge adjoining civilian open space. Warning, U.S. Air Force installation. But from the sign through the wire mesh fence, you can't see a runway. What you see are 4 mountains in a row, desert scrub and cactus and rough rocks. How can this be the venue of the Air Force? Is the Air Force actually underground? These are the questions that remain open. I roamed the streets and foothills of Albuquerque and on occasion discovered underground tunnels, storm sewers, flood control systems that me and friends would climb into and hunchbacked over, crawl up underneath major streets for hundreds of yards, even miles, exploring the underground tunnels. This is one such tunnel. We would climb down into this arroyo and then climb into the flood control channel, hunched over. It went northeasterly until it was underneath the middle of Wantabo Boulevard, and then it angled to the left and headed north for miles and miles. I was surprised crawling through these tunnels how cool it was even in the heat of the summer, the evidence of other humans in the tunnels. And I wondered, who are these other troglodytes? Who are the other tunnel crawlers? This other flood control tunnel was near the intersection of Manal and Wyoming Boulevards. It used to be open. It didn't have this metal grating over the front. You would have to crawl inside the small tunnel, but once inside a few yards, it widened open enough that you could almost stand upright. We would ride our bicycles down here in the summer. We would take the bicycles into the tunnel and then store them, and then we would continue crawling down the tunnels, hunchbacked, for hundreds of yards, miles even. This tunnel eventually angled itself south and west toward Interstate 40. There was a whole series of these underground flood control channels that ended up emptying out into the large flood control channel that runs in the middle of Interstate 40, whose openings look like holes in Swiss cheese, mysterious tunnels with mysterious denizens, the occupiers of the underworld, these unknown people who crawl under the city to escape the heat or perhaps discover something else more mysterious. A person has to wonder in amazement the attraction to underground tunnels in the desert Southwest. Perhaps it's the heat, the unbearable climate, like sand lizards and snakes and insects and miners in the Old West. They discovered their best defense against the harsh climate was to burrow down, burrow underground, stay out of the heat of the sun, regain some warmth from the earth during the harsh winters. Maybe there's an element of being an old codger, an old miner in the West that's still running in my blood from my grandparents' generation. But also, there's a legacy in the West of tunnels, underground diggings, more related to secret defense projects. New Mexico is laced with the rumors and tales of these tunnels. There are tales of vast networks that connect defense areas of New Mexico and up into Colorado and over into Nevada. But one never really knows if these are true or if they're just rumors purposefully planted. Because like the nature of everything underground, the underground is always hidden. There's a hidden meaning, a hidden agenda. To go underground is to go hiding. It's to be below the obvious. Underground has its own implications. Underground music, underground culture tries to be below the mainstream, to hide out, to lay low, to have your own makeshift culture, like exploring the sewers of ancient Paris.